Want to grow your business and take it to the next level? Well, here we all are, and we're going to show you how through hard work, perseverance, and a little help and know-how, you can take things to the next level and push the success of your business even further. Let's get going.
Welcome everyone, Paul Wright here, and the next episode of the Practiceology podcast, the 7 questions in 7 minutes, where we teach you the science of running a highly profitable allied health business that works without you. And no surprise, I've hit up my great mate, Don Pelto from wonderful Massachusetts to join us today. Don, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Paul, thank you so much for having me here. This is going to be fun.
Well, we'll see how we go with a 7-minute format. Don is a practicing podiatrist. He practices Central Massachusetts Podiatry in Worcester, Massachusetts, and he's board certified in foot surgery. He's authored 4 books and loves nothing more than collaborating and giving back to his profession, which you'll see as we go through today. He's a key content creator for Podiatry Practice Mastery, which is a free video library covering a wide range of practice management topics. He also runs the Podiatry Practice Mastery podcast, which I've been fortunate to be a guest on in the past and had a great time with Don. All right, so you're right to go, Don. You know the format. We're lined up. I've got my timer ready.
Okay.
All right, let's hit it. Question 1, Don. Who is the ideal client at Practice Mastery?
Paul, it's really podiatrists that are looking to be more efficient, profitable, but also to have some accountability.
So question 2 then. So the problem is solved for them. What are their big problems?
The big problem for a lot of, not them, it's for me. I made this for me. So what's my problem? I think doctors, we're lonely. We're doing the best that we can in private practice, but we're constantly in this comparison game with one another. And a lot of times we're too busy in the daily grind to really make any measurable improvements in our practice. We're just kind of on the hamster wheel. And so what happens is when we suffer with lack of time, focus, properly set goals, we find that real profitability can be a challenge for the practice. So that's kind of the struggle that we all have.
And I find it interesting that you base this whole thing on yourself, which is...
That's how we make our businesses, don't we, Paul?
We do. We solve our own problems, then we work out how to share the knowledge. So question 3, Don, with about 5.5 minutes left. What are the typical symptoms that your database or clients experience when they're in the grind? What happens to them?
Yeah, so certain things, medical records are a big thing lately. They can be a real big stressor. If you don't know how to use it efficiently, you don't have proper templates, and trying to implement new technology just because you think it's going to make you money. So for example, shockwave or amniotherapy or new orthotic therapy or new treatments. And they're not trained on how to properly present this to patients. And also things get more and more complex as you have more and more treatment options. Let's say, for example, for plantar fasciitis, you get overwhelmed. There's too many things to present to patients. You don't have a real structured way of doing it. People are busy with their business, their personal life, and they actually start to get cynical and dislike podiatry as a profession when they get more and more stressed. So I try to help people with those type of symptoms.
So question 4 then. So what are the common mistakes that we do when we have all those issues? What are the mistakes we make as owners?
Yeah. So what we try to do is we try to throw money at problems without being strategic. So you think, what can I buy? What new website? What newfangled invention? You try to tough it out. I think a lot of times you just say, I'm just going to push through. I got another 10, 20 years till I retire. And you fail to learn. That's one of the common mistakes. You're so busy, no one can learn, and no one is wanting to ask for help. Like there's no community to help one another. Which
is why you created this whole thing. So a valuable free action, Don. So question 5 with about 4 minutes left. So what can our listeners and viewers do about? What can they access? What can they do to help solve it themselves?
Yeah, I think a lot of times this would be self-reflection. And I think the best thing to do would be to read a positive book, 10 minutes every day. I can't, and not even just read the book once, reading it twice or 3 times. And these are the classics: 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, How to Make Friends and Influence People, The Power of Thinking Big. A lot of these books that help with your mindset. I think the whole problem for us is we're so busy, we get down into learning. I think learning, however you want to do that. We talked before about podcasts or things like that that can help as well.
And because we learn about We want to learn technical things. We want to learn about the latest shockwave research or something, which is not what it's about.
Well, it's not going to help your mind. And I think the problem is in the mind, really, for me anyway.
So question 6, then, with 3 minutes left. So what's a valuable free resource, Don? Where can we send our people to get more information or to get some help with this? What have we got?
Yeah. Paul, I made something for me, and I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people like me. And it's called Podiatry Practice Mastery. It is a community of podiatrists, or you could say allied health, anyone that wants to learn the hacks that have really helped me to live a better life and have a better practice. And I put all my resources there. I don't hide anything. And I put together something specific that you might be interested in called Patient Presentations, which has revolutionized my practice. I have presentations for everything that I treat, and it's increased my profitability, my bottom line, my enjoyment with treating patients. And then that even transitions to some other secrets I have about making videos and webinars and all other stuff. So you can get that at podiatrypracticemastery.com.
And this is free, Don? Paul,
you tell me I should charge for it. Eventually, there's going to be a price. So I would recommend people going there for now because it's not going to be free forever. It's free for this first portion because it's what I love anyway, Paul. I think eventually, if we give, eventually it's going to come around. And so you can do a strategy call with me. And I think certain people are going to resonate. They're going to want to learn more and go deeper.
So where's the URL? Podiatrypracticemastery.com.
And I have a podcast. Now, a podcast is great because I'm authentic on the podcast. I think we don't have enough authenticity. I talk about what I hate about my practice, what's horrible, staff issues, problems, and it's very authentic. And I put all my interviews that I do with people there in my weekly update. I think you really like the weekly update.
And where do they find the podcast?
You can go to Podiatry Practice Mastery and it has all the links there. They're on iTunes, Google Play, all that other stuff too.
Okay. And if someone wants to have a chat with you personally, there's
a little link on that website, podiatrypracticemastery.com, says make a strategy section, and you're going to have something in my Calendly, and you can just pick a day. I do it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 12:30, my lunch hour, and I love chatting with people. And if it's good, we'll record it as a podcast and help other doctors because that's what I'm all about, helping others.
It's obvious, Don, from this. So get onto that resource, guys. It's not going to be free forever. I've been hassling Don for a while to put a price on this. So get on it while it's free because it's some great resources. Great question. Question 7, Don, with about a minute left. What's the one question I should have asked you that would give great value to our Practiceology audience?
What's my favorite book these days?
Ooh. Hey, Don, what's your favorite book these days?
My favorite book these days is called Atomic Habits. Because nothing changes unless we change our habits. And I think making these atomic or very small habits, but being consistent. I have a lot of podcasts talking about what are my little small habits that I do every day that have just really transformed my life. And there's some real funny ones, kind of like when I work out, I stack on going in my jacuzzi at the same time. It's called habit stacking. And so he talks about a lot of good things in this book called Atomic Habits.
So who wrote the book?
I think it's James Clear.
Okay, beautiful. Don, you are a superstar. So guys, get onto this podiatry practice. Even if you're not a podiatrist, look at some of the resources and other things that Don's got there. It's very cool for free. You've got to get involved in it. So podiatrypracticemastery.com. Don Pelto, thanks for joining us on the podcast.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate your time. It was fun.
Now, if you haven't registered for and attended our monthly Practiceology demonstration, go to mypracticeology.com and I'll catch you on the next episode.